How are we doing, guys? Leeds TV, Leeds versus Birmingham, and this is a match preview of the game. So I'll go straight on with the team I go with in this game. Injury-wise, it doesn't seem to be any real dramatic updates, so very much the same team for me. Basically got Farrell, Luke Ayling, Pontus Jansson, Liam Cooper, Barry Douglas across the back, Calvin Phillips holding, Jack Harrison right wing, Click and Syfe in the middle, Alioski on the left hand side, and Tyler Roberts through the middle, up front. I think the one area where I might have looked to change things is possibly with Alioski. I think the last couple of games he's been badly out of form really. You know, he's not really, other than I think Norwich away a couple of weeks ago, it's been a while since we've seen a real productive Alioski performance. But again, you know, he's a player that will get you a goal. He is almost guaranteed goals as such on that left hand side. You know, he's not a natural out-and-out winger, but there was a consideration about changing there. But there's no one really who's come off the bench who I think's done enough to really justify going straight into the team. You know, I think the main one I was looked at was probably Stuart Dallas. But has Dallas really done anything dramatic off the bench so far? No. And for me, everyone's got to earn their place. So Alioski keeps his place in the team. And can you really change things in the 3-0 against Preston? I don't think you can. You know, maybe there is a claim to freshen things up. But for me, it has to stay the same. Alioski is under pressure to keep his starting place. You know, we look at Pablo possibly coming back from injury in a couple of weeks' time. Jack Harrison's form. You know, Alioski really does need to step up, I think, performance-wise. So going on to the game itself, you know, it's going to be a tough game. This, you know, I say it pretty much every week, but this one is going to be tough. You know, Gary Monk, we know from his time at Leeds, he is good at getting teams to get results at places like this. You know, defensively, he does know what he's doing. You know, we pretty much know what to expect. You know, Monk's going to come here with a game plan, and it's going to be very much to try and, you know, it's going to make it difficult for us to break him down, I think. You know, we look at his stats so far this season for Birmingham, they're only letting 7 goals in 8 games. You know, we saw that in Monk's season at Leeds. You know, defensively, Monk teams do tend to be very disciplined, and they do know what to do against the better teams. You know, how to get results away from home, at home. You know, we saw it so many times in the season under Gary Monk. So it's another challenge, a bit like Preston, where I think it's going to be, to an extent, parking the bus, and it's going to be difficult to break down. Don't get me wrong, Birmingham on the counter-attack do have some dangerous players. You know, you look at Hotter, Jax Magoma, who's a real key player for him. Make sure you check out as well, just while I'm here, that Conor's interview with Brummy Joe. You know, he talks a lot about Jax Magoma. He's a real threat, I think, to this team. The way he can dribble over the ball, the way he can just take the ball forward. You know, you can carry the ball really well. So on the counter-attack, they have got that threat. So it's not necessarily guaranteed that it's just going to be relentless attacking from ourselves. But it's going to be a tough game to break them down. But I think we should have the talent in the team to break them down. We've had the experience just from the Preston game recently, having to break teams down. You know, we've had Middlesbrough and Millwall as well. Other games where, you know, we've had to break teams down too. But yeah, it's going to be a tough game, no doubt about it. I think the key players, as I just said, is Hotter and Magoma for me out wide. You know, I think the wing backs too of Christian Pedersen and Maxine Collin as well are good attacking wing backs too. Quite productive wing backs. So I think out wide is quite an interesting battle there. You know, Barry Douglas against Hotter and Luke Ayling against Jax Magoma. I think if we can win that battle out wide, we hopefully. I don't think Birmingham have that much of a threat going forward if we can win that battle. You know, they haven't scored many goals this season, but they have been quite unlucky. You know, some against West Brom, Birmingham, they were very much on top in that game and still only drew the game 1-1. I think I saw them against Swansea a couple of weeks before that as well, drew the game 0-0. So the results don't necessarily, I think, paint the full picture. I think they're a much better team than what their position in the table suggests. And I think, yeah, it's going to be another tough game. I certainly can't see us having it as easy as we did for much of the game against Preston. So yeah, it's going to be a tough game all in all. I think tactically it's very much a case of, once again, we stick to what we're good at, playing the ball out the back. You know, at first it might be tough to break down that initial press, but if we do get what we did against Preston, stay persistent, keep the tempo of the passing, you know, keep passing and moving, have Phillips keep offering those angles to the defenders to pass off and move ourselves up the pitch, you know, keep doing what we're good at. Not resorting to long ball like we did against Millwall for that first half, sticking to what we're good at, and that's what I believe we're going to do. Eventually I hope that persistence will pay off and we'll ultimately win the game. You know, I'll talk about some individuals. I think Tyler Roberts excellent performance on Tuesday. Absolutely delighted for Tyler Roberts as well. You know, I've always had that sort of belief in him. I think as a third striker, or whatever kind of option he's going to be up front, he is a good option. You know, I don't think you can complain that there's Tyler Roberts as a third striker with Patrick Bamford or Kemal Rue fully fit. He's probably going to be second choice striker up until Patrick Bamford comes back, but I'm more than happy with that. I think he's really proven himself. The quality of the goal, his goal for that first goal was excellent. Good movement for his second. So I think Tyler Roberts feeling confident is going to really help as well. You know, we've seen it with Jack Harrison. You know, one good game, moving into his better position up front in Tyler Roberts' case, can make such a big difference. I mean, Jack Harrison now, compared to where he was 3 or 4 weeks ago, he looks a completely different player. He looks a real asset to this team. You know, I've seen some comparisons to Robert Snodgrass. I won't go that far yet. You know, it's too early to put that kind of pressure on Jack Harrison, I think. But, my word, he's got some talent. I think pace-wise, he's got a lot more pace than I think maybe most give him credit for. He's got a lovely turn of pace. His touch is absolutely exceptional. I think crossing-wise, you know, it doesn't really waste anything out wide either. He creates plenty. You know, if it's crossing, if it's going for a little through ball, slide ball pass. You know, he's a real dangerous player to them, and I think we have got the players to hurt them. It is a blow having Pablo out of the team, though. I think having Pablo out of the team, though, does help Birmingham to an extent. You know, very much Monk last season with Borough. Pablo was the architect behind that win. You know, we've beaten 2-1, and Pablo was just absolutely exceptional. I think their whole game plan went out the window with Pablo enhanced individual performance. You know, he was up against I can't remember who he was up against that day, to be fair, but he caused absolute havoc that day against them. And I think a player like that is what you need to break down a Birmingham team. But I'm hoping Jack Harrison can step up in this game. You know, if we need Jack Harrison to show some individual skill, Sammy Side to show some individual skill, you know, beating 2 players to create space for the rest of the team. Because I'm expecting very much a case of 2 banks of 4 in a 4-4-2 kind of shape. And I think we do need Jack Harrison or Sammy Side to possibly break things down, run at them, and just create space for everyone else. And you know, I think we've proven we can do that this season. It is a blow having Pablo out of the team because Monk knows what to do in these games, and someone like Pablo can take that game plan out straight away. You know, with one cross, one key pass, one dribble, and yeah, you know, it would be nice to have a genius like Pablo in the team. But you know, I think with Click, Scythe, Harrison, we should have the talent there to break them down ultimately. Make sure you check out Joe's review. Make sure as well you check out South Stand Synopsis with Brummy Joe, as I mentioned earlier in the video. Highly recommend that one. And make sure you check out our reviews of the game afterwards, and all our videos coming up over the next couple of weeks. I've been Oscar Marriott, all Leeds TV, and we'll see you later.